I'm Joe Rotella, Chief Medical Officer for the American Academy of Hospice and Palliative Medicine, and it is my privilege to have this opportunity to talk with Dr. Janet Bull, one of our presidents.
Thank you, Joe. It's great to be here to talk to you today.
So when were you the president of the Academy, and what was that year like?
Well, I still am. So it was 2017 to 2018. I was the 29th president of the Academy.
And what were some of the major challenges or issues that the Academy was working on during that year?
It was a really busy year. The first thing we tackled was the alternative payment model. So we were able to put together a model and present it before the Physician Technical Advisory Committee to really think about ways that we can make community-based palliative care sustainable into the future.
That's exciting. What else were you working on?
We also had a huge project with quality registries. Really defining what good quality and measurement development is challenging in hospice and palliative medicine. And so we have 2 clinical data registries in the field as well as CAPC's registry. And we had a grant to bring those folks together and sit around the table and decide on moving forward to create one registry. And that project is still going to be ongoing for the next few years, but I'm looking forward to continuing my involvement in that.
So I remember that another initiative or priority for you as you were president was around diversity and inclusion. Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I am so proud of our, what we call our D&I committee. They have put together a tremendous strategic plan going forward, and I'm looking forward to hearing one of our plenary speakers who works on diversity and inclusiveness speak at this year's national conference. So I think we've got still a ways to go, but really look forward to increasing diversity within our Academy membership and looking at how we deal with diverse issues on so many different aspects, from policies and procedures to board representation and programming, and I can go on, educational opportunities. So I'm excited about where we are and where we're going to go.
So it was fun working with you over this past year, and I know that you worked really hard. Many more hours than people might guess in the role. What did you find helpful for dealing with the stress and the long hours? Well,
Christian Sinclair, who was the president before me, came to the president's, we have a luncheon every year at the Academy with a deck of cards. And he had 52 weeks that every week he would flip a new card over. Because I'm from Asheville, North Carolina, which is the beer capital of the United States, I decided to get 52 different IPAs. And so each week I cracked a different Indian Pale Ale and cheered that another week was down, and usually went out on my paddle board with my Labrador Retriever Bliss and just got away a little bit to recharge my batteries and reflect on the week.
Sounds like some pretty serious self-care, and I know it worked because I'm seeing you here at the end of your term. We're at the annual assembly. This is sort of the last few days that you're officially in the role, and you're going to be speaking a lot and running from meeting to meeting, and you have as much energy today as I've ever seen you have. So congratulations on that.
Well, I'd just like to say that, you know, being in this role has been humbling, but I have such tremendous gratitude, not only to the members of the organization that we serve and the other volunteers who participate in our board meetings, but also to the staff at the Academy, including yourself. People, sometimes members don't actually see what the staff does behind the doors, but I have had an opportunity to witness that, and it is one group that pulls together, and we really give meaning to interdisciplinary team from a member society organization, and it's been so much fun to be a part of that and to feel that I could contribute in a small way.
So I'm always struck by your energy and your optimism and your positivity. As you look forward over the next few years, where do you see the Academy and our field going?
Yeah, it's been fun because I got involved with the Academy in the year 2000 when I changed from being an obstetrician and treating people at the beginning of life or coming into this world to helping people at the end of life. And I have seen such growth in terms of our membership, in terms of now being front and stage in some of the national debates around some of the issues around end of life. And I think we have a bright future. I think that what we offer people in the kind of care we provide to patients with serious illness is the kind of care all people who have medical illness want to get. They want to be heard, they want to have a seat at the table, and they want a good experience of care. And so I think our future is bright. I imagine that our membership will double or triple in the next decade, that we will be sitting at the table with lots of other stakeholders, and it will really put a spotlight on the kind of work that we do in helping patients who are at the end of their life or those with serious illness be able to help chart their course.
So as you look at that bright future,
Yeah.
and think about the leaders we'll need to help us get there, well, what do you think are the traits we should be looking for in the Academy leaders of the future?
Well, it's interesting because I participated now on the board for many years, and the kind of leader, the first thing that comes to my mind is servant leadership approach. I really see people coming into this work because they really want to improve care for others. And they often give so much of themselves. So I think it's important to have a leader who has good communication skills, who has good listening skills, but can engage in a passionate way and put the patients that we serve at the forefront. And that's what I'm seeing in our leadership. We've got some great folks coming up in those positions, and I'm thrilled to see where we're going to go in the next 5 or 6 years.
So how far have we come in the last 10 years, and how did we get there?
A lot of hard work, a lot of passionate people steering together. It's like people rowing together in the same direction. And I think that we're unique in the fact that we embrace nursing and social work and spiritual care. And so I'm not sure. I think it's one step at a time. But it's in the past decade, I have seen an organization that was really a blip on the radar screen come now to national attention. And I think people are looking to us to collaborate with them, and that's exciting.
Well, your leadership has definitely helped us come on that journey. And what do you have any other thoughts you'd like to share with our members and our audience and maybe those future leaders?
Well, other than it's been a privilege and honor to serve in this role, I've certainly feel like I've gotten a lot more than I've been able to give. I am more excited than I ever have been on where we're going, our future direction, and it makes me excited to think that in a few years from now that we may have a unified patient registry for patients with serious illness, for people who are dealing with serious illness. That we'll have a bigger seat at the table in terms of regulatory issues that come into being, and that the people we serve will be a part of helping us build this. So I'm excited.
Sounds like we're going in great directions, and I'm looking forward to going there with you. And thanks so much for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thanks so much, Joe. Appreciate it.